This afternoon, a federal judge did something that has never been done in 249 years of American history. Judge Tanya Chutkan in the District of Columbia made a decision that could reshape the future of this republic. She formally referred criminal conduct by former President Donald Trump directly to Congress, demanding immediate impeachment proceedings. Let me say that again. A federal judge has just triggered the process for a president to be impeached for the third time. In just 72 hours, the House of Representatives will vote on whether Donald Trump becomes the first president in U.S. history to be impeached 3 times. But here's the catch. This isn't just another political scandal. This could be the beginning of a new chapter in American accountability. Stay with me. This story is far from over. This isn't just a regular political event. In fact, it's never happened before. We're talking about something that goes beyond party lines, beyond individual scandals. This is about the core of American democracy. Judge Chutkan's decision wasn't just a legal maneuver. It was a direct challenge to the entire system. A sitting federal judge tasked with maintaining order and justice looked at the evidence laid out in front of her. 14 documented violations of court orders, witness intimidation, and obstruction of justice, and said, enough. The machinery of accountability, which has always been slow and imperfect, has now hit a point of no return. What happens next? Well, the stakes just became unimaginable. The question is no longer if Trump will be impeached. It's how quickly Congress can move. In just 3 days, history could be made or completely rewritten. Judge Chutkan's decision today is not just about one man. It's about the integrity of the entire system. Let's break this down. This isn't some isolated incident. We've seen moments like this before, but nothing like this. Not during Watergate, not during the Clinton impeachment, not even during the Saturday night massacre when Nixon fired everyone in his path. But today, something different happened. A judge didn't just issue a ruling. She issued a formal criminal referral to Congress, demanding action now. Why? Because the judicial system has reached its breaking point. The court's options have been exhausted. Every tool available to stop Trump's defiance has failed. What happens when the highest levels of power refuse to play by the rules? The system can't survive without consequences. This is the moment where the line is drawn. Congress has to act. And here's where things get even more intense. This isn't just a legal issue anymore. It's become a political powder keg. Trump's defense has always been that this is a political attack, that it's all part of a deep state conspiracy. But what happens when the person making the accusation isn't a political enemy, but a lifetime appointed federal judge? The defense collapses. Judge Chutkan didn't leak to the press or give interviews on cable news. She filed an official legal document in court, attached the evidence, and sent it through the proper channels. That's not partisanship. That's procedure. And now Congress has no choice but to respond. The temperature is rising, and it's only a matter of time before we see what happens next. Will they ignore this, or will they finally take action? And as Congress prepares to act, things are moving faster than anyone expected. Just hours after Judge Chutkan's referral, articles of impeachment, which have been quietly sitting in committee since November 2025, are suddenly being fast-tracked. This isn't just talk. This is real. A fast-track procedure has been invoked, mandating a full House vote within 72 hours. By Monday, January 13th, the House will vote on whether to impeach Trump for the third time. But here's where the game changes. The number of co-sponsors for these articles of impeachment has exploded overnight. From just 87, mostly Democrats, to a commanding 231. That's a majority in the House. This is no longer about if impeachment will happen. It's about how big the margin will be. And what's shocking, the new names on that list aren't just progressive Democrats. They're moderate Republicans. Republicans who have stood by Trump for years. They're breaking ranks. And it's not just the Democrats breaking away. Moderate Republicans who once defended Trump through both previous impeachments are now flipping. Representative Mike Lawler from New York, who represents a district that Biden won in 2020, stood in front of cameras this morning and said, "I swore an oath to the Constitution, not to any individual." That's a powerful statement. Another Republican, Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska, echoed similar sentiments. They're not just breaking ranks, they're openly defying Trump, siding with the Constitution over loyalty to one man. And what's driving this? It's the overwhelming evidence of obstruction, witness tampering, and contempt. It's the cold, hard facts in front of them, and they know they can't go on national television defending the indefensible. The political calculus has shifted, Trump's support is eroding, and Congress is gearing up for a historic vote. And then came Trump's response. If you thought this couldn't get worse, you were wrong. Since the criminal referral was made, Trump has been posting nonstop on Truth Social, ranting about rigged courts, claiming Obama judges are out to get him, spreading conspiracy theories about the deep state. But then he crossed a dangerous line. In one post, Trump wrote, "If Congress moves forward with this witch hunt, patriots must converge on Washington. The Second Amendment exists for moments like this." That's not just political rhetoric. That's a call to action, and it's a call for armed resistance. Law enforcement is taking it seriously, and so is Washington. National Guard units are already on standby, steel barricades are rising around federal buildings, and security is visible at every checkpoint. This is not a drill. This is not a typical protest. This is the result of a former president urging his followers to take up arms against the very government he once led. Now, while all eyes are on the impending impeachment vote, most people are overlooking a crucial detail. Judge Chutkan's criminal referral didn't just go to Congress, it was also forwarded to the Department of Justice. That means this isn't just a political process anymore. It's now a parallel criminal investigation. Think about this. If federal prosecutors can prove that Trump coordinated with witnesses to influence their testimony, that's suborning perjury, a serious federal offense. Witness tampering carries significant prison time, and it doesn't stop there. Multiple federal grand juries are already in motion across Washington, D.C., Miami, and Atlanta. New criminal indictments could drop at any moment. We could be witnessing a Senate trial at the same time as federal charges are announced. Two tracks of accountability moving at once. This is the kind of constitutional crisis the framers of the U.S. system feared but hoped would never be tested. And while the political and legal drama unfolds in Washington, there's something else quietly happening behind the scenes. Talks about invoking the 25th Amendment. Now, the 25th Amendment allows for the removal of a president if they're deemed unable to perform their duties. It requires the vice president and a majority of the cabinet. The fact that this is even being discussed shows how serious officials believe the situation has become. No, I'm not saying it will happen, but the mere fact that it's on the table speaks volumes. It underscores how unstable this moment is. Meanwhile, the Republican Party itself is fracturing. Loyalists like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz are doubling down, defending Trump without question. But moderate Republicans, people like Mike Lawler and Don Bacon, are realizing that their party can't survive this level of chaos. With the 2026 midterms looming just months away, they're calculating their political futures. And let's be clear, once these defections start, they don't stop. Every Republican who speaks out gives cover to the next one. The dam is starting to break. The next 72 hours will decide which path America takes. There's one crucial truth here. This moment, this crisis, isn't just about one man. It's about the entire political system. What happens next is not just about impeachment. It's about accountability. It's about whether the American system of government can hold up under the weight of this unprecedented crisis. The clock is ticking. History is moving faster than ever, and we're about to find out if this system can handle it. Stay with us for what comes next.